What is going on, everyone? I am Bubbles BuzzerBeater, and this is the unofficial official BuzzerBeater YouTube channel, back again with another video. And today I will be talking about perhaps the biggest feature that your franchise is not making use of, that you need to get as soon as possible. Before we get started though, I did want to ask each and every one of you guys to smash that like button and please subscribe. I was looking through the analytics for my channel and was shocked to see that 60% of you guys are not subscribed, so please, if you are enjoying this content, help me out and subscribe, because I'm trying to get to 1,000. That is my goal, so if you guys can help me out, I'd really appreciate it. Now let's get into it. So as many of you guys know, in the NBA, there are good free throw shooters, there are bad free throw shooters, and of course there is Chuck Hayes. But BuzzerBeater is no different. However, for the first 43 seasons, the amount of terrible free throw shooters was astounding. So you would see dead-eye mid-range shooters with 17 plus jump shooting ability shoot 40% from the free throw line. And it didn't make a whole lot of sense, but this was for the first 43 seasons. And this was because the only way to improve your player's free throw shooting was to train free throws a couple times every season, but people understandably prioritized other trainings over free throw shooting. And this was because, specifically on their young players and high-level trainees, they wanted to do something that would impact the game more than just free throw shootings if they're only going to the line a couple times a game. And this led to some remarkable and hysterical players who were high-level players that never hit a free throw before. And I am not joking. So the first example, here we have Serafino Cria, who shot a total of 101 free throws in his BuzzerBeater career, which isn't a lot, but it's a big enough sample size to make a point, and in his career he made 0 of them. And that's not even the most famous example. So this guy right here is Romano Amiter. And at one point in Season 13, he was one of the highest salaried players, and very likely the highest salaried guard to ever play in BuzzerBeater, at $431,000 a week in salary. And he was a terrific shooter with 48% from the field and almost 36% from 3, which is high for a player in BuzzerBeater. Yet of the 2,428 free throws that he shot, he never made one in his entire career. Now, I know some of you are asking, well, why didn't he just train him a few weeks in free throws? And I think it's just, at some point, it seems like it became more of a running joke, and the owner just never got around to fixing it. So, seasons later, after many complaints and suggestions about free throws, of how they should get cross-training from jump shooting and other skills, as well as some alternate ideas to make sure these players kind of cease to exist. In Season 44, BB Marin announced that the new team infrastructures would include a training court in which players can receive free throw training without having to switch from the training of other skills during the week. So I wanted to get into them a little bit. There are 3 levels available for the effectiveness of your training court, so let's talk through them. A level 1 training court costs $500,000 to build and has a $5,000 weekly maintenance fee, but it allows your players to pop naturally in free throw shooting roughly once every 11 to 12 weeks, depending on their age, of course. The level 2 is $800,000 in total, with an additional $5,000 in weekly maintenance, but players pop roughly every 9 to 10 weeks. And then lastly, we have a level 3 training court that can be constructed for $1 million and a $15,000 weekly maintenance fee, but pops will come roughly every 7 weeks or twice a season. So these different levels result in some nice pops for young players. For example, if you buy an 18-year-old trainee, by the end of their 23-year-old season with a level 1 training court, they will have popped 6 or 7 times. And then with a level 2, that number jumps up to about 8 times. And then with a level 3, you're looking at roughly 10 pops by the end of their 23-year-old season. Now, in the realm of looking at what an elite free throw shooter is, look no further than Steph Curry in the NBA. He is basically automatic at the charity stripe and is by far the best free throw shooter statistically in NBA history. So how hard is it to recreate Curry's elite free throw shooting in BuzzerBeater? It's actually not as hard as you would think. So all of the top free throw shooters in NBA history shoot right around 90% from the free throw line, led by Curry's 90.56%. In BuzzerBeater, this is equivalent to about a 16 or 17 free throw rating. Now, I've seen stats in the past to back this up as well, but I wanted to run my own brief test, so I took 20 random players off the transfer list, 20 of them who had 16 free throw shooting, 20 of them who had 17 free throw shooting, and all of them had to have at least 25 free throw attempts this season to get a good estimate. So the players with 16 free throw shooting shot 806 free throws and made 724 of them for an 89.82% rate, which would put them right below Rick Barry, who is another free throw legend. And then the players with 17 free throw shooting shot 773 free throws and made 702 of them for a 90.81% rating, which is higher than Steph Curry's percentage. Even more shocking, it is fairly simple to achieve this 16 plus free throw rating in under 6 seasons. So you'll see an abundance of 23-24-year-old players that are already elite from the line. Now, free throws are a crucial part of basketball, and the trend of missing free throws will soon fade out and die in BuzzerBeater by the looks of it. Some have argued that now there has been an overcorrection and free throw pops are too easy to get and training courts are OP, but the bottom line is you either have to accept the new wave in which every team will be shooting 85-90% from the free throw line, and I'd say this is probably going to be the case within the next 5 or 6 seasons, so you can either adjust with it or fall behind, struggle, and then you'll end up losing a lot of close games where free throws come in as a big factor. And I think a level 1 is more than acceptable, and you don't really need to invest in the level 2 or 3 if you don't want to. But at this point in BB's history, not having a training court is suicide. And I don't want that to be any of you guys, so please, I encourage you to go out and get yourself a training court ASAP. It is incredibly helpful, especially if you have young players. If you have a guy that starts with 1 or 2 free throw ratings, so if he's atrocious or pitiful, just in 5-6 seasons, he can get up to a solid like 70-75% from the free throw line, and even higher than that later on down the line. So it's not like prior to season 44, where if your player starts out with bad free throw shooting, it is a major hole. Now, if you find a player on the TL with 1, 2, 3 free throw rating, it's not even considered a hole with the training court because you can get it fixed so easily. So that's going to do it for this video. Once again, please smash that like button and subscribe. I truly appreciate every subscriber, and I do my best to reply to all the comments that you guys leave. But yeah, I appreciate it, and until next time guys, have a good one.